Thank you for joining us. I'm Bobby Fall. It's new for you at noon. A Fargo man accused of stealing a car has changed his plea in the case. Trevor Nelson is charged with theft possession. He entered an Alford plea, which is a type of guilty plea where the defendant doesn't admit to the crime but does recognize there is enough evidence to convict. Court documents say that back in April, someone reported a white Ford Taurus that had been reported stolen. Documents say that several items were inside the vehicle, leading investigators to Nelson. He is currently serving out sentences for several other cases related to theft, fleeing police, reckless endangerment, and drug-related charges.